Hello, fellow watch aficionados. I thought I'd do a quick review today of my recent acquisition, which is the Submariner, Rolex Submariner 2017, mostly known as the Submariner No Date, since it hasn't got a date window. Although I, like many others, know that this is the Submariner, and that's that. I mean, there's obviously the one that we're more accustomed to, which is the Submariner Date with the Cyclops. I've been fortunate enough to have had several different Rolexes over the last few years. Actually, my first Rolex was a Hulk. It was the green edition I bought about 3-4 years ago. Really enjoyed it. Had it for 3 years. But I just got tired of the green. The green was great in the beginning, but I just got all greened out, shall I say. So I sold it. Although saying that, I sold it at the time when I made a profit on it, I won't lie, but nothing like you could probably make on it now in 2017, late 2017. It's December 2017, in fact. I just got this last week of December. So now the green ones are just commanding huge prices. After the green one, I had a Submariner Date, a black one like this. Liked it, but I needed to move some money to something else. So I sold that again with a profit, of course. Really liked it. So I've kept a few other watches, mostly one Breitling, a few Omegas, and I've also got a Daytona, which I'll never sell. It's the stainless steel black one, and that's just always going to be there. I don't wear it all the time. So sort of back to this watch. Just wanted a quick overview, really. I mean, I popped into a Rolex boutique the other day. I just wanted to buy back my Submariner that I sold, and they said, "Listen, this is what's going on." I mean, I knew what was going on now because I've been looking at it for about a month or so. And I just popped into this one. I said, "Look, do you have a Rolex by any chance, a Submariner?" And they said, "Well, we've got a Submariner No Date." I was like, "Great, I'll have a look at that." Never considered it really. I always thought, no date. Why do people do that? As soon as I saw it, I was sort of overwhelmed with the simplicity of the watch. I just really liked it. It kind of, as many people say, it's really symmetrical. They call it the two-line. They call it the original Submariner. I really liked it. I saw it and I thought, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. I bought it anyway because when you see one of these or a Daytona, you just buy it there and then. You don't think about it. For a few days, I kept it in its box. I kept it in the plastic. I wore it in the evenings a few times. I had the plastic on it. I thought, shall I keep this? I'm really liking it. It hasn't got a Cyclops, but I'm really liking it. And in the end, I decided to keep it. I just fell in love with it. It was refreshing just how nice and kind it is on the eyes. This watch makes me fall in love with the fact that it hasn't got a Cyclops or a date. If you really need a date, get a calendar. If you're going to be signing important things with dates, I don't think you should be relying on a mechanical watch to give you the dates. You don't know if you wound it correctly. You don't know last time you wound it. You don't know, maybe it's just missed 24 hours and it might be telling you roughly the same time as you are having, but the date might be different. What I'm trying to say is, if you're going to be signing big checks or important documents, you're probably going to want to look at your phone, double check the date, or a newspaper. One of the things I mostly saw with the some of the Submariners I had, also had a GMT, a Batman for a while, was that you'd have to look at it front on to get the date, and that got a bit tiring. Didn't really need it, and I never really used it. I really never used it. And with this watch, I mean, a Rolex, you can tell the time from any angle. You leave it here, there, you just, however it is, you can tell the time, and that's what the whole point of a watch is. You seldom will you be like this every time, and when you do see people do that, you do find them to be a little bit strange looking anyway. But I just wanted to give my feedback. I've decided to keep the watch. I've really fallen in love with it, and I've just fallen in love with the fact that it hasn't got a Cyclops or a date. It's just really beautiful to look at. It dresses up a little bit better than the last one. I've looked at some old pictures that I had of me in suits and stuff and different watches, and I wore a suit yesterday and this watch just looked beautiful. Who knows, there might be a honeymoon period. But I guess if you're really going to be a connoisseur with watches, then you'll most likely be looking at the Rolex Submariner. And that's that. No date in brackets. This is the Rolex Submariner. If you want a date Submariner, it's called a Submariner Date. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I thought I'd just share my overview on this watch. And I think this is going to be the main one that I wear now from day to day, apart from the gym, of course. Thank you.